Hey, greetings, everyone. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, Senior Fellow at the Media Research Center. Well, I'm about to catch a plane off to Nashville, Tennessee, so I got to sport my big orange power tee heading back over to Rocky Top. I'll be there to speak to the Rutherford County Reagan Day dinner tomorrow night, Tuesday evening. And so before I head out, I just want to share some thoughts and perspectives about last week, Fox Business News dedicated the week in a town hall meeting to the topic of capitalism versus socialism. Now, I really would have wished they had more so called it free market or free enterprise, because that's really what our economic system is all about. But there is no doubt that when you do a simple discussion, a debate between capitalism and socialism, well, we know that rising tide that has lifted quite a few boats here in the United States of America and globally is a free market, free enterprise capitalist system where we can have the free change of ideas, we can have individual investment, innovation, ingenuity that enables us to have all of these great achievements and to bring more people out of poverty. But sadly, when you listen to the rhetoric that is out there, and I want to share a quote with you from Winston Churchill because I think Winston Churchill did sum it up very well. Here are a couple of his quotes. Socialism is the philosophy of failure, the creed of ignorance, and the gospel of envy. The inherent vice of capitalism is the unequal sharing of blessings. The inherent virtue of socialism is the equal sharing of miseries. But when I really listen to these people that are proposing all of these progressive socialist policies, when I look at what has happened down in Venezuela, when you look at the history of socialist dictators throughout the world, there's one thing that socialism really is. It's a philosophy of control freaks. Think about it. That's all they sit around and they talk about is how they can control your lives and every aspect of your life. Just last week, New York Mayor Bill de Blasio came out and announced that he will be the 23rd Democrat candidate seeking the presidential nomination in 2020. But in his video announcement, Mayor de Blasio says something that should really concern each and every one of us. I found it very disconcerting. He said that there is plenty of money in the world and in America. It's just that it's in the wrong hands. So who is this Mayor de Blasio to decide where my money should be? Should it be in whose hands? After all, these hands are the ones that are going out and producing and working, providing the labor to bring wealth, resources to my own family. So why is it that these people on the left believe that they should be controlling your wealth and your resources? Because, well, that's one of the first tenets of socialism. Socialism is an economic model. Socialism is all about, first and foremost, the redistribution of wealth. Secondly, socialism is about the nationalizing of economic production. We saw that happen down in Venezuela with the oil industry. And trust me, that's something that the left here in America would love to do, bring more of our production under their control. We see it with this whole thing about healthcare. When you hear the left coming out and talking about Medicare for all, what they means is that they want to control the access of healthcare in the United States of America. And think about it. How well is that working in the United Kingdom where they have the national healthcare system? Well, it's working so well that Rolling Stones lead singer Mick Jagger decided to come to New York City to get his heart surgery done instead of maybe being put on a wait list over in England. Tonsillectomies, you gotta wait. I have a pacemaker. Probably over there I would be dead if I had to sit around and wait for it. But yet that's what people want to have here in the United States of America because they want to be able to control these decisions. As a matter of fact, part of the Patient Protection Affordable Care Act, the thing we know as Obamacare, is a bunch of unelected bureaucrats called the Independent Payment Advisory Board, the IPAB. They make all the pricing and control decisions on government given health care. Yes, that's right. You could say that's rationing. But why do we have these unelected bureaucrats that are making these decisions, controlling our access to healthcare? And we all know about how the control freaks instituted this thing called the individual mandate. If you don't buy this product that they are telling you you must buy, then you will be taxed. That's what I call behavior modification by way of taxation. I don't think that's what we want in America. The left wants to control what you eat and what you drink. Think about the soda taxes that are out there. Think about how they want to control how much sugar or how much salt that you can even have on your foods. I kind of work out a lot, and after I work out, a little Powerade, Gatorade. So why do they want to overly tax me for wanting to replenish my electrolytes? And think about how they want to control your means of transportation. After all this, that man-made climate change thing. So I can't have my Jeep Wrangler Rubicon or my Toyota Tacoma or my Victory Cross Country 8-ball motorcycle. Maybe I can put a solar panel on my motorcycle and I can get around. Or maybe I could put a wind sail on my Jeep Rubicon. And I'm still waiting to see how we're going to do this train thing out to Hawaii. Because after all, we cannot have airline travel. That's how insidious the left has become. To the point where now they want to control who is born, being it unborn, or even if you are born, because they want to be able to control life and death. See, that's what we must come to realize. And why would young people want to associate themselves with people that, they want to control your lives? I thought that these young people wanted to be free and determine what they wanted to do and make their own decisions. But it seems that they would rather surrender their freedoms to people that, will control their lives. See, the thing with the progressive socialists here in the United States of America, they don't recognize our constitutional rights. They define rights by their ideology, ideological rights. You have a right to own a home. You have a right to health care. You have a right to have your college paid for. You have a right to be in a same-sex marriage. You have a right to murder unborn babies. All of these rights are things that they believe are part of their agenda. But yet when you talk about, our Bill of Rights, see, the Second Amendment, which protects us from the tyranny of government, that's just an obstacle to them. And that's why they want to get rid of it. Because once there is no Second Amendment, then they can really control you. Let me close by reminding you of this quote from Vladimir Lenin. The goal of socialism is communism. Socialism is the economic model. Communism is the societal model. And in communism, you're completely controlled by the government. That's not what our founding fathers wanted for us here in these United States of America, where they believed that the individual would be sovereign, not subjugated to the institution and the control of government.